Tinker class will never be added to World of Warcraft. In this video I will give you the only proof any sane person would ever need to understand and accept this fact. It is a WoW expansion league season. A lot of players and members of World of Warcraft community are bored and excited at the same time about the possibilities of what the future of WoW might bring beyond the snooze fest of Shadowlands. And I'm one of those people, even though I'm honestly having fun in Path of Exile these days and can still highly recommend this amazing free game to anyone who is too busy to find something better to do for fun in their free time. Come on, guys. If you are a Path of Exile player, there is a very little preview of the upcoming PoE content during the last minute or so of this video. So, there are tons of WoW expansion leaks posted on MMO Champion forums, Reddit and other sources that are kinda irrelevant here. Some are more convincing than others, but we won't talk about those specifically today. We will look at the only source that we can actually trust, Blizzard themselves. You already guessed where this is going. We will take a look at their April Fool's Day post. That's only a couple of days old and it's kinda funny. Not their best work that I have seen, but I've enjoyed reading those fake patch notes more than I have enjoyed playing 9.2 before my subscription expired, and this tells you something, doesn't it? So this is going to be a very short video and you can of course read the post yourselves, but the only thing that I personally gathered from it is a pretty much proof of one solid fact, that the Tinkers class specifically, that about half of all WoW expansion leakers keep predicting these days, while the other half is too busy talking about Dragonsworn, don't get me started there, will never happen. Tinkers are never gonna happen, and Blizzard just laugh at it and ridicule it. But laughing at something is one thing, and another thing is actually literally sharing pretty clear, sort of sarcastic remarks that tell you exactly the team's thoughts on the class and people talking about it. So let's read this bit together very quickly, won't take us too long, and add to the list of the actual summarized reasons of why I believe personally that Tinker's class is never going to happen. So, new class, Tinker Leaker, the most popular real-life class. Pause. So Tinkers have nothing to do with somewhat believable real life that Blizzard team is trying to reflect on Azeroth. That is how I interpret that early opening line of this paragraph. So I know, what is real life in a gaming world? Are druids real life? Are death knights and demon hunters real life? No, but if we read between the lines again, this tells us that those existing classes already fit in. They are real life as far as Azeroth is concerned. And what Tinkers would do is already, that's my interpretation, is already reflected in engineering profession, let's say. There is just not enough of a gap to fit a concept of a whole new class into it, basically. That's how I interpret this rather clear, kind of funny / sarcastic jab, at the very least. Let me know in the comments down below if you read it the same way as I did. Let's keep reading. Tinker Leaker provides an exciting connection to the history of definite future of the game itself. Just expanding further on this sarcastic first jab of the post, suggesting to me again that there is no connection to game history, as well as slightly softer nod at people trying to definitely predict the future. Continuing to read this, Tinker Leakers are a pure support class that can choose between two range specializations, near-term guarantee and distant assurance. Alright, while this doesn't tell us exactly what they think about the class being a possibility, it still plays on how silly those distant assurance predictions are, don't you think? And if we keep reading, you will follow the other players in your group and buff their spirits with tales of well-known and interesting activity that is most certainly on the horizon. Do I need to say more there? They keep talking about what I would rephrase as a fool's hope that those leakers spread on the forums, while there is no certainty, and certainly not about tinkers, given the context of the post. If I keep reading, you will heal your allies with promises, and when each encounter ends, your name and appearance will change, so that the next round of authentic predictions you cast will increase in persuasiveness. Wonderful, wonderful little paragraph. This makes fun of how the same leakers who want the same concept and class keep changing their forum names every time an expansion is yet to be announced year after year to push the same idea presented and detailed slightly differently. Those people make promises that have nothing to do with reality, trying to persuade others to support their own spirits of a likelihood of something that's unlikely to happen. So, why so very unlikely? Like, all in all, if this is still not convincing, if this is still not resonating with you whatsoever, so why do I think, all in all, it's very unlikely? Because of all potential class leaks, including Dragonsworn, that is very prolific on the forums right now, heaps and heaps, like I said, half are still chanting Tinkers, half are around Dragonsworn or some other name for a dragon-based class. This post didn't make fun or laugh at anything related to dragons. There is not one word about it. Surely, if they'd feel that all the guesses about dragon-related expansion are off-mark, Dragonsworn included, they could safely throw in the same fun mockery of dragon-based classes in there too, don't you think? While they only here talk about Tinkers, specifically. And again, there are just two groups on the forums right now, Dragonsworn and Tinkers. Anyway, this is just my little fun interpretation of their April Fool's post. That is obviously a very subjective view. I just thought I'll put together a very quick video, as I just saw that on the forums, that little post, as well as the Blizzard's April Fool's post, a little delayed here, was a bit busy with the real life. We all perceive information and read between the lines quite differently, but this I thought was quite on the surface, very clear, and what they mean by this write-up, and yet there are so many posts, like I said, on MMO Champion forums specifically, still arguing that Tinkers are an absolute reality and a possibility. So I felt like expressing my view on the topic. If any of my viewers, yeah, all 7 of you who will watch this particular video, LOL, I don't care about the number of views in case you haven't figured it out yet. If you still play WoW, or at least if you still care about the details of the next expansion, about the possibilities, and if these leak discussions entertain you somewhat, well, they entertain me too, as you can see. So let's entertain each other and discuss the possibilities and believability, I suppose, of these sarcastic jabs in the comments below the video. For the rest of you, my Path of Exile players, as promised, tiny little preview. More casual build previews and guides are coming your way soon enough. Stay tuned for specifically some Lightning Arrow and possibly a little later Lightning Strike goodness, and maybe, just maybe, even some Phantasm-based Summoner Carnage. I will see how I go for free time, because all of this takes my time, and generally feeling about this specifically Phantasm-based test build that I'm running before trying to turn it into anything guide-worthy. Let me know in the comments down below again if that's of interest to you too. That's all I had for you today. I hope this entertained you a little bit, or at the very least sparked a bit of a train of thought there in case you were completely bored. There you go, you're welcome. Talk to you soon, my friend. Bye for now.